the story of a CIA agent and his translator who run away from elite soldiers in Afghanistan after revealing a secret mission. The movie starts in a quiet desert in Iran. There are two secret agents named Tom Harris and Oliver Alterman. They are pretending to be technicians and have a mission. Their job is to set up the internet and phone connections at a place where Iran might be making nuclear stuff. Some soldiers are watching them from hiding. Tom asks Oliver for a tool to distract the soldiers while he sets up a device to mess with the network. Tom does it, and they can now get into the network and see cameras and pictures from their office in Langley, Virginia. They find a secret underground place where they might be making nuclear stuff. When they finish, one of the soldiers gets suspicious and threatens to call more soldiers. Tom tries to distract him, and Oliver says they fixed the internet. To prove it, Tom shows them a live soccer game on the internet. Finally, the soldiers believe them. On their way back, Tom tells their bosses about drones ready to go. If things go well, they will destroy the nuclear place in 10 hours. Then we meet Luna Kujai, a journalist who is looking into a company called Sublext. While she is working, her friend James from the Pentagon calls her. He gives her a secret CIA paper. She tells her boss, Hans, about it, thinking it will be a big story. But they do not know that an Iranian agent, Colonel Fazard, heard their talk. The main part of the movie starts when Tom calls Karine before leaving Iran. Tom's wife, Karine, told him not to stay away for too long. She reminded him that he needed to be at their daughter's graduation and finish the divorce papers. Karine had a new partner who happened to be a woman. At the Herat International Airport in Afghanistan, a man named Mohammed was worried during security checks before entering the country. After passing the checks, he was picked up in a car and got a call from someone named Roman, a CD agent. Roman was going to help Mohammed enter the country and work as an interpreter. The CIA started its mission to blow up the nuclear place in Iran, and it worked. Tom saw the explosion and felt relieved. He knew his job was done and he had to get out of the country fast. An Iranian general in a helicopter thought the explosion might be the work of either the Americans or the Russians because only they could do it. Colonel Fazard told him he was watching a journalist who got the whole CIA plan for the Middle East. When Tom arrived at Dubai airport, Roman messaged him about a flight delay of a few hours. Now, back to Luna, who was getting ready to go back to Berlin. Suddenly, some unknown people came up, arrested her, and took her away. These people were soldiers sent by Colonel Fazard. He arrested her because he thought she knew about secret stuff the CIA was doing in the country. Tom and Roman met to talk about a job Roman wanted Tom to do. Roman really wanted to pay Tom a lot if he could finish the job in 3 days. But Tom said no, he'd only do it when he came back from the United States. But Tom did not know that Roman was listening to his phone calls, so he knew all about Tom's private stuff. Roman kept asking Tom because he knew Tom needed money for his daughter's school. Finally, Tom agreed to do the job. The job was to take apart all the things in Iran that were for making nuclear stuff. These things were at a secret airport in Afghanistan, just over the border. Tom would have Mohammed with him to help as a translator. That evening, they secretly went into Afghanistan, taking Colonel Fazard without anyone noticing, and they also took Luna's daughter. Fazard asked for the papers she got from James and asked about Sublext, the company she was investigating. Tom and Mohammed went to a safe place. Mohammed asked about Tom's mission, but Tom did not say anything. Roman also did not tell Mohammed about the mission. He just told him to pick up Tom and help as his translator. Later that night, Mohammed secretly met a woman and revealed that he was a descendant of the Taliban group. He took the job from Roman because he was looking for his missing sister-in-law in Herat. The next day, Luna's secret documents that exposed Tom and Oliver's identities were leaked to the media. Roman quickly told Tom that his mission and identity in Iran were in danger. Oliver had been found and eliminated by Iranian agents. Roman canceled the mission and got Tom out of Afghanistan fast. Tom's CIA file was exposed, and now he was a target for various groups, including the Taliban, Iranian agents, Pakistani intelligence, ISIS, and Al-Qaeda. If any of them caught Tom, they would sell him to the highest bidder. Roman came up with a plan to rescue Tom and Mohammed and get them out of Afghanistan quickly. He would get help from Christ, the leader of a special CIA group. Roman told his bosses that Tom had to travel 400 miles from where he was to Kandahar. The hard part was not the distance, but the fact that many groups would be chasing him. Tom got rid of all his papers and told Mohammed to leave right away. At the same time, a guy named Malik asked Rasul to get Taliban fighters to go after Tom and Mohammed. Tom and Mohammed started to escape, and surprisingly, Iranian agents followed them. Tom went into a market to change his car, but the Iranian agents saw him. He got stuck in a traffic jam, and Colonel Fazard and his troops were coming from behind. On the other side, Nasir, who was a spy from Pakistan, got closer. Tom accidentally hit the car in front of him, which made the owner mad and got the attention of the people following him. When Tom saw an Iranian agent getting close, he sped up, and the agent crashed into another car, making it blow up to stop the Iranian agents. Tom tried to trick the people following him, but he got ambushed by another car. He had no choice but to crash into it and get away. Tom and Muhammad's trip had another problem when their tire burst. Muhammad wanted to leave Tom, but he came back when he heard Tom shooting at someone who turned out to be a young person. Tom then told Muhammad to ask the young guy to get off the car and give up the thing he was holding. Tom picked up the object the young guy dropped, and it turned out to be something that could make a bomb explode on the road ahead. After that, Tom contacted Roman to see if Ismail Labroni, the leader of the Tajik group, could help them. They wanted to get a helicopter to leave the area. Meanwhile, Nasir, who was still following them, got information from the young boy with the remote bomb device about where Tom was going. Tom and Muhammad crossed the desert until they got to the main road. Later that night during their journey, they did not use the car's lights to stay hidden from their enemies. Tom only used special night vision gear to see the way. Then Colonel Fazard's helicopter got close to them and started shooting at their car. Because of all the gunfire, their car went off the main road, and they could not see well because of the bullets. In the end, their car broke down. They had to walk because the helicopter kept shooting at them. Some people got off the helicopter and chased them. Luckily, Tom managed to stop them. Then he used Muhammad to distract the helicopter. As the helicopter got close and was about to shoot Muhammad, Tom threw a grenade at it. Back at the CIA headquarters, Chris could see that Tom disappeared for a little while. At the same time, Roman had not told them the latest news. However, Roman asked his friends, the Afghan Special Forces, to help Tom. After Tom and Muhammad dealt with the Iranian agents, they were safe. They decided to stop in a safe place. Tom lent his jacket to Muhammad so he could pray. Tom also shared some of his food with Muhammad to help him break his fast. They talked about their families. The next day, they saw NASA arrive at the crash site. Ismail's friends picked up Tom and Muhammad. Muhammad was surprised to find out that the person Tom had asked for help was Ismail Rabbani, a clever warlord. The group took them to their headquarters. When they got there, Ismail said that his helicopter had been taken by the Taliban, so all he could offer was to use his truck. Ismail invited them to have dinner together, which surprised everyone. However, Muhammad said that Ismail was a traitor and claimed that Ismail was the one who destroyed Harad, Muhammad's hometown. He accused Ismail of causing the deaths of many children and women, including Muhammad's son. In response, Ismail gave his gun to Muhammad and told him he could get revenge if he wanted to. With the gun in his hand, Muhammad decided not to shoot. Muhammad left, making Tom very sad. Tom had become friends with the person who caused his son's death, but he did not know that. Later, Tom said sorry to Muhammad and offered not to take Ismail's help if Muhammad did not want it. But in the end, Muhammad accepted Ismail's truck and they continued their journey. However, Ismail turned out to be a traitor. He told the Pakistanis where Tom was going. Nasir, who heard this from his boss, informed Razel, one of the Taliban leaders, about Tom and Muhammad's location. Taliban soldiers ambushed Tom and Muhammad, and they were captured and taken to the Taliban headquarters. Muhammad was tortured by the Taliban. Meanwhile, Russell asked Nasir for air support because ISIS had heavy weapons. Nasir refused and told Russell to wait for his arrival. Russell and his team were surprised by a group connected to a dangerous organization. One of the members entered the room where Tom was held only to discover it was Roman and the Afghan Special Forces pretending to be part of that organization. Roman quickly set Tom free, and together they went to find Muhammad, who was in another room. When they found Muhammad, they rescued him too. At the same time, Nasir, who had just arrived, realized that the attackers were not actually from the dangerous organization, but were the Afghan Special Forces. He saw Roman and Tom as they were leaving and immediately contacted the Taliban forces and other groups to try to stop them. Tom and Roman noticed they were being followed, which led to a tense situation. Sadly, Roman got hurt during the fight. In a brave move, he purposely stood in the way of Nasir's vehicle, but Nasir shot him and he died. Nasir then chased Tom on his motorcycle and told a team to shoot mortars at Tom and Muhammad's vehicle. A bit later, more groups came to help Tom as he got close to the border gate. They were under mortar attack. Finally, one of the mortar bombs hit Tom's vehicle. Nasir quickly got close to Tom and they had a tough fight. Even though Tom was injured in the stomach, he managed to defeat Nasir. With Taliban soldiers coming from all sides, both Tom and Muhammad had to give up at the CIA headquarters. A leader told a pilot to use an airplane to bomb the area and make a path for Tom and Muhammad. The leader realized that he was not supposed to give that order, but he did not care even if he might lose his job. He really wanted to save his people from getting hurt. Tom and Muhammad, looking like they had given up, saw a plane dropping bombs on the enemy soldiers. This gave them hope, and they continued their journey in a vehicle they found. They got past the gate. Finally, they reached the plane. The story ended with Colonel Fazard dying and Lunan going back to her home. Tom was very happy to see his daughter again, and Muhammad got back to his family. Thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos.